what are you doing here at 10:51, not whatever time at 1 in the morning? I'm getting over being sick and I'm working, and what better thing to do than to have you have a little voyeurism and watch me work. I'm feeling much better. Appreciate you asking. Thank you very much. We got to get caught up on all of this stuff, like haunted places in America too scary to visit. I mean, I was supposed to do that last week, but you couldn't hear me talk. But you couldn't hear me talk on the podcast if you listen to podcasts. But you all have outdone yourselves with your crazy, creepy, what's your true crime and weird ghost stuff. But it's okay because I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. We're going to talk about some of the craziest places that you don't want to visit in the United States of America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Like, what's the road called? I just had a brain fart. We'll start with Bobby Mackey's. Have you heard of Bobby Mackey's? It was like a music venue. I kept calling it a music store, but it's a music venue, and it's creepy because they say that it has like this portal to hell, and you couldn't catch me dead at any of these places. But if I had to put one on the top of the list, it would be that one, because you don't want to mess with the dark stuff, right? I mean, whether you believe whatever your faith tells you, whether you have no faith, whether it's just this idea of you want to surround yourself with good people, I would venture to say that if something has a bad reputation of saying that, hey, this has a portal to hell on the property, I wouldn't go there. But the stuff is always happening. People feel sick. People hear things. They're slamming. I mean, like all of the stereotypical, but then it's like, bleh. You add the element of like the portal to hell. No thanks. Nope. I mean, I love music. I'm a music buff. Perfect. But no thanks. Let me find Bragg Road in Saratoga, Texas. So the road itself used to have a railroad. It's not a railroad anymore. It's just the road. And the reason it is so haunted, so they say, is that you hear of orbs, right? Like the floating. Well, it's not the orb. They think it's the lantern of one of the conductors, like one of the people in the locomotive. Well, the reason they think that is because this did happen. Dude sticks his head out the window. He got decapitated. So they say that this lantern that you're seeing all the time is that of the conductor. My late great grandfather spent 6 days a week, 16-hour days, going from Paducah, Kentucky to Louisville, Kentucky, and back again on the railroad, the Illinois, which is interesting because it was in Kentucky to Kentucky, but it was on the Illinois Railroad Company. Little known fact there. Yeah. YouTube's been very interesting because a lot of you all are finding me on YouTube. Hey, Joanna, how are you? And my voice, bear with me. And it's been really fun because it was one of those sleeper platforms. I always say I'm going to meet you where you are, and I kind of didn't give you all any love here, and so we've been sending out exclusive content. And I appreciate it because what we're finding out is that you all are nut jobs and like the crazy spooky stuff. So I say that in jest, by the way. I don't think you're a nut job. I mean, if anybody's a nut job, it's this guy here that's went to the funeral profession, right? So Bunnyman Bridge in Virginia, that is a weird story. I will check that out. Winchester Mystery Hotel is also a creepy place. I mean, I'm having all these brain farts. I dive into all these creepy places all the time. I'm like, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. And I will tell you that cough medicine makes this guy have some crazy dreams. Crazy dreams. And, excuse me. Yeah, the hotel stuff is creepy too. I mean, like people getting stuck in elevator shafts. I'm like, why would ghosts go to elevator shafts? I don't know. Maybe they like the dark, and it's a dark place. But it's like I can put out a video of me narrating the most beautiful couple walking down the street in the world, it won't get as many views as if I put out a video talking about the true crime, someone getting bludgeoned, to death. Which, jokes aside, we do like true crime, and we do like to know about scary places and haunted places, which is ironic because I will never step foot in these places, but I like to use the platform to share the stories. But I always try to tie in the connection with the funeral profession, right? The aftermath, and God forbid these tragic events that take people like the railroad guy, the locomotive conductor. I keep forgetting the word. Him being decapitated. The funeral profession, the professionals, people go to school, you learn how to tend to and care for loved ones when such tragic events happen and take the lives of those that so many people love. And so there are things, there are practices, there are steps that people take, and that to ensure that hopefully the family can have a positive experience on the viewing side, if that be the request. Nonetheless, I always try to toe a very generous, kind, respectful line with, okay, this is entertainment. You are weird with your true crime stuff, haunted places, but also the musician mortician aspect coming out and learning how to educate you all appropriately and not be stuffy in the corner at the same time and having fun. Hey, if you're just joining, we're talking about spooky places, and I got on a tangent, and I'm drunk on cough medicine still, so bear with me. We just talked about Bobby Mackey's. I keep going in the rabbit hole because something that I love so much, which is music. My single releases on the 12th, by the way. But why would there be allegedly a portal to hell in this place where music is like this universal language and it makes people feel good? And no thank you on the Bobby Mackey world. So Bragg Road in Saratoga, Joanna in Texas, so maybe that's in your neck of the woods. Bobby Mackey's is no thank you, the music venue slash store, music store. Coombs Creek Trail. Has anybody ever heard of Coombs Creek? It's not cutting over here. I wonder if it's because my throat. Excuse me. Yeah, the Coombs Creek Trail, it's just another one. What about the Majestic Theater? That's a scary place. Don't go there if you don't want to see stuff. Always theaters are haunted, though. You're always hearing things, and ropes and curtains are pulling. And I really want to get your all's take. I want to have an authentic, genuine conversation. I wish I could do this on a mass scale with so many people and talk about, because a lot of people who talk about ghosts or things that happen, it's either they don't believe in it, they do believe in it, or it's all dark. Meaning it's that's an evil thing or a spirit. Really? Do you think so? Do you really think that? Well, that's the rabbit hole, right? I want to meet people where they are regardless. This is why we talk about this stuff, to have good, authentic conversation. But a lot of these comments, people are talking about, you need Jesus, or this is a dangerous thing. I'm not over here summoning things, but I always talk about the story in the funeral profession. Since 2010, you go and get invited to parties and events, and you walk into those places and spaces, and you have felt comfortable or you have felt uncomfortable. And it's not good or bad, it just kind of is. You felt welcomed or you felt a little uneasy when you go and meet new people. The same applies to this whole uncharted territory and world that is the spiritual world, or the ghosts world, or whatever you want to call it. My nose itches. Someone's thinking about me. I've been in many chapels with many deceased loved ones reposing in their caskets, closing up the funeral homes. Never have I felt uneasy, aside from one time. And it wasn't uneasy in the sense of, oh my gosh, I need to get out of here, I'm going to die. It was, ooh, this doesn't feel good. But then I think about, whenever we die, I feel that I'm a good person. So hopefully the energy around me when I die, I feel it'd be like a sense of a peaceful feeling, right? And then there are people that have carried heavier crosses than I could ever fathom in my brains. And maybe with that heaviness comes a little bit of stuffy air. I'm saying that not to sound politically correct, but my point is I think that this is a more broad thing, talking about scary places. And sure, if you're sitting in the corner and you're, diving into and toying around with stuff that you shouldn't, as someone who's a Christian and believes, I'm not going to sit here and talk about things that are unhealthy spiritually, right? I'm even wanting to tippy toe around how I say things, because that's how I believe. I believe that, only goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I don't want to go to the Bobby Mackeys of the world type stuff. Nonetheless, it's like Santa Claus, Just because you don't see him doesn't mean he doesn't exist. Just because you don't necessarily see a ghost doesn't mean they don't exist. There's too many corroborated stories, but then people talk about like, oh, your mind's playing tricks on you, or you're hallucinating, or like near-death experiences, for instance. I'm in the biggest rabbit hole in my mind. I'm like on a proverbial loop. I think it's so intriguing. I think that death is something that intrigues us all. Spooky places intrigue us all. I mean, I'll watch it on TV, but no thanks. I'm not going. Mm-mm. Not at all. And there is the Winchester Mystery House. I think I've talked about that as well. And then 22 Mine Road. Mine, like a mine. I was almost getting ready to do this. Like a mine. I'm an idiot. Daggummed idiot. I'm listening to see. Shepherdstown. Oh, yeah. Shepherdstown's an old Civil War town. There's so many really cool stories surrounding like the Civil War and the history. And if you go to battlefields, you're pretty common. You're going to see, whether it be an apparition or things. I don't know what the things necessarily are, but you're going to have an experience of sort. There's a ton of Civil War battlefields surrounding where I grew up. I grew up in Owensboro, Kentucky, and south of us, there was a battlefield, and then multiple actually continuing on south. And it's, that if you're from the United States of America, there's something to be, I guess, proud of the fact that young people, laid down their lives. And I would think that especially so many young people that died. I mean, if I died as a young person, like now, hell yeah, I would show up and make my presence known. And the Civil War that ties into embalming, because so many young people died that their families wanted them back, so they would ship them via railway. Maybe, no, it's too late. Like, my great-grandfather wasn't during the Civil War. I almost said, what if my great-grandfather, he did it. I'm not that old. There is a platform for podcasters, for if you have a show, which, by the way, if you like podcasts, it's called Matchmaker. So it's, hosts of shows can have guests, or hosts of shows can invite. It's like a back and forth. Matchmaker. I mean, you could think of a matchmaker, think of another name that doesn't sound like a, we have enough dating apps as it is, right? Sorry guys for the cough. You gotta bear with me. So we talked about some haunted places too scary to visit in America. I'm not going. Maybe we touch base on it just barely. maybe we didn't. What about top 5 most haunted houses? Do y'all do haunted houses? No, I wouldn't pay. It's like, do you want to pay to have the shit scared out of you? No, no, I don't. This is what I do. So, like, just so you know, I'm not like, sitting here farting around. Yorktown Memorial Hospital during the day. So I had this content calendar, and I've talked about it before. And I mean, we put out like 5 videos a day, and then 3 times a week is YouTube exclusive stuff, and then the podcast, and then we go live on another platform. We go live here. I mean, it's 40 plus pieces of content. And then I've got Monday, the single goes to radio, which is really exciting. And then on the 12th, that's Friday, the single drops everywhere. Now you're saying, man, Nathan, you have the song is out already. Well, there's an EP that's out already called Last Time, but the single, as just the single, is releasing through Gatorade Entertainment Sony on Friday. So that's exciting. So it's going to be its own thing. And if you saw the artwork for it, it's kind of a play on this. Well, I'll let you think what you think of it for a little bit longer. But I'm proud of it for sure. It's amazing how posting on on YouTube, when we said a major announcement, you all are like, hey, it's cool. I mean, it's so hard to stay so intentional about yeah, it's hard. And I feel like I'm behind. Always, perpetually behind. Oh yeah, I was supposed to talk about haunted 5 haunted houses in America. That's funny. My brain is a haunted space and place. No, I feel like I don't feel overwhelmed behind, but I just feel behind. I feel, when you're behind, when you're sick for 8 days and never get sick, it just feels like you can only get done what you get done. I got up this morning at a solid 3:45. About 4:30, I was getting my workout in, and then I was ready to go shooting content today. First thing in the morning, shot a music video for Last Time. Shot a music video yesterday for Last Time. We're going to be releasing a lot of really cool performances of the song. I'm excited for you to see that too. It'll be fun. And did you know there are creators on here that literally film themselves live all day. And I don't know, I feel like I would lose my shit. This is what you look like. Someone bought this. It's brand new. And well, we just sold it on Facebook Marketplace. Someone's coming to pick it up. That could be yours too if you want. You know what I'm not? I'm not organized. It's fine though. It's totally fine. I'll do that later. Quit yelling at me, everyone. Yeah, I doped up on cough medicine. I actually wasn't paying attention to how much I took in the time between. Oops. I overdid it. So I was like hallucinating. I was like, what is going on? I feel great now though. Oh yeah, 5 haunted places in America. 5 haunted houses. My brain, I can't think of it. We're gonna just not talk about the haunted houses right now because we'll just talk about it later. You guys are just gonna have to stop yelling at me, okay? Yeah. The Sally House. Don't go to the Sally House. That sounds scary. I like watching like all of the delivery people. FedEx go by. Then you have Amazon. Then you have UPS, DHL, United States Postal Service. And then you have like your home medical equipment for this guy over here. And then over here, I feel like it's not a delivery service, it's just they have a really bad lawn service that come all the time to pick up the leaves that they miss. So I feel like they're not being very effective or efficient because they're wasting all this fuel and all these man hours to get some of these leaves that they just got. It's fine. I sound like a 92-year-old man. My God, back in my day, we had a rake. This one's going downhill quick, everybody. Real quick. I put out a video, and we're gonna put it out and make it public, but it's a sizzle is what they call it in the industry. It's a sizzle reel talking about all of the things that are coming up and your performance and performance footage, and it's fun to see where you all people want me to come and perform. I'm really excited about it. Like, I can't wait. I had a meeting last night and talking about the live show, and I built this live show last year. I mean, it was done. Wait. Yeah, I built it last year. Had this whole idea, like, build it and they will come, and and then all the stuff that was happening in life, we paused any thoughts of going out on the road, but we've sat on this show, we've sat on visuals, we've sat on some really cool things. And so last night we were talking about what does it look like. So I have 3 versions of a show, and we are in talks with like 65 colleges and universities and cities that these colleges are in, college towns. And so we're in the beginning stages of knocking out some scheduling, which I'm pumped about, to get out and perform and connect with you all. It's going to be so awesome. We have a lot of really cool surprises too. I know that sounds like, hey, trash guys. These guys are amazing. I do want to give it up for our public. I mean, he smiles. Like, you think of trash. Like, this guy's running in cold weather to pick up a toter that's filled with trash. He has every reason to not smile, but he smiles. That's amazing. Not just this guy, and not just the other guy. There are like 3 or 4 different people that every time I see them, they're happy as larks. It's amazing. That inspires me. But they pick up the trash. Anyway, I'm proud of people like that find purpose in what they do, regardless of what it is. So kudos to them. But I was saying I'm excited to get it back out on the road. And I have like my checklist of what I need. Like, I don't want to stay in hotels. So how do you combat that? Well, you bus it, or yeah. So we're looking into all of the different bus options and what does that look like. As I've looked at so many buses. I dream about buses, and I dream about, well, I had a nightmare the other day, and I won't say what I dreamed about, but I love a tour bus. It's like, Nathan, you have 2 months to live. What do you want to do? Let's go get in the bus. Let's go get in the bus, take the kids. We'll go and just bus it. I don't want to live in an RV park. Like, I don't want to stop in RV parks. No. I want to bus it somewhere and then have a purpose. Well, that 2 months to live, hopefully this is my dream. I can say whatever the hell I want. I'm going to play shows every night, and then I'll die. There you go. Yeah, that's it's exciting what's going on, because you make all these plans to do things, and life happens, and then you get into a rush. You feel you need to rush, rather, but it all just kind of happens the way it's supposed to happen. I'm really excited. Like, one of the guys on my team that's a part of this project, I mean, like, he founded one of the people around New Kids on the Block. And like, New Kids, I think, sold 81 million records, something like that. So I was like, Jojo, can we sell like 81 million singles of last time? That would be amazing. I would love it. Like, can we do that? He's like, sure. But I don't think that, timing is real. It's everything. You can rush something and it not be off. I don't know. I was trying to articulate it accordingly. Like you can rush to get a job done. I don't know. My brain's in a lot of different places. Unpacking. I'm excited. I really am. It's like hurry up and wait. And you feel like you're not doing the work because you're sitting still, like in this moment. It's like, but you are working. You're working hard, whether it's in here and here or here, but all of that. I sound like I'm high. I'm not. I'm reflecting. You build something because you think that's what you're supposed to build. It gets torn down, and you think that what you've spent over a decade building, you're heartbroken over, but it's not the thing that you were actually building all along. It was actually, to prepare you for this moment. It's pretty awesome. It's very awesome. And I really do believe, like, surround yourself with goodness. So we talk about like haunted places or whatever. It's, if you enjoy going to haunted places, that's fun and all. But like, you surround yourself with goodness, good things, good people, then goodness will find you, will follow you, will travel with you. It's like, this is the ebb and flow of life, as goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I know that goodness will come to those who manifest it and like say it. Like, I'm good enough. I'm healthy. I'm smart. I'm a beautiful human. I work hard. I take care of people. I just keep saying those types of things, and good stuff happens. It really does. Like I said a month, FedEx. I said a month ago, I said, we will have a bus within a month. And it's like really close. And a month ago, people were like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like, you don't even have your shows yet. Interesting. Yeah. And I was sick for almost 2 weeks. So my point is, like, be positive. I got into this like repetitive, what is it, like self-deprecating. I was being self-deprecating for a while. It was my bit. I was like, oh, well, he's just being silly. He's being Nathan. Because it was my form of what I thought was humor. I'm not funny. Maybe I am. But I realized that my thoughts of being funny are just to demean myself. And so I kept like getting worse. I was like, yeah, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. What an idiot, Nathan. God, what an idiot. Like, that's not good. Because like you say it once or twice, it might be funny. And like, tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff, but then you really actually start to get into this habit of saying bad things about yourself, thinking it, and next thing you know, you're like negative Nancy, negative Newt Gingrich, Nancy Reagan. Just don't be negative, be positive. So they did sell they sold more than 80 million records. Like, that's the type of person that I want to be around, not because of that success, yes, that, but he is ecstatic about this project. He believes so much in what I've been doing. Like, he is on board. He's done the music industry. Excuse me, hiccup. He's done this. There's no one doing what I'm doing. You can't. Maybe you know a mortician that isn't a musician as well. Maybe, but I would put all my money on it that you probably don't. And you can't say that Chuck, who sometimes bangs on the drums in his garage down the street, counts. No, there's no musician mortician. So it's a unique niche. I'm excited about it. Because you have to have this story, you know? That's awesome. Joanna, that right there, if all of this goes away tomorrow, I mean this, like, from my heart of hearts, if everything goes away tomorrow and I go work at Costco, what you just sent to me is what makes it all worth it. Because I don't feel that any of us are told enough. Not that we need to be coddled. Not that we need to, get these trophies all the time and pats on the back. Oh, you're doing such a good job. But, like, we're not told enough, genuinely, like, hey, like, you got this shit. And to know that what I have said and my hopes of trying to encourage has really resonated, that means so much to me. So I appreciate that. I think that it's important for people to be positive, be slow to anger, be slow to be so hard on themselves. And, like, like, being a woman, I couldn't imagine. I won't even be able to speak to that. But, like, comparing, I can say, if I sit with another creator, if I'm in my head and I'm talking about, like, numbers or they've streamed this many thousand or million, or they have this many followers, like, that is sabotage and creative suicide. I want to make sure I say creative suicide. Like, there's no reason that anybody should stand next to me, right? Like, I'm me. Like, here I am. That's great. Like, this is me. Now, I should be my own gauge for measuring, like, growth. You know, I don't want to put a picture of myself next to me 10 years ago, right? I've grown up. I look older. Shit happens. Or, God forbid, my tall, skinny butt with, like, Alex Hormozy. If you don't know him, dude's ripped. He's amazing. He's amazing here. Like, that's not my body type. But I can get all up in my head and kick myself in the ass. Or like, wow, look, I'm 38 and I'm healthy and skinny, and I'll do more push-ups now. Anyway, don't compare yourself. It's terrible. Compare yourself with yourself. Yeah. But thank you for sharing that, Joanna. And I'm very, very, very proud of you for that, because we can get into these. We do. It's a habit. It's absolutely a habit. We get into these routines where we say, I literally got into a routine and a habit of like, God, Nathan, you stupid. That's so stupid. Like, that's an ugly, stupid habit. So just rewrite it. Everything is fixable. Everything. I used to get so scared to do any type of, like, just little fix-it projects around the house. It would be like paralyzing fear, because I was like, oh my God, if I mess up, it's like everything's broken. The house of all fucking four walls will fall in. And I don't know how I started telling myself that story. And it took a very long time. The studio. So the studio, a couple months ago, we did a massive renovation. And even during that, doing all of the walls and the ceilings and the new lights and the paint and there were moments that I wouldn't even progress because I was so fearful of fucking it up, which is stupid. So, if it, it can all be fixed. Everything can be fixed. I don't know how we go from 10 scariest places, 5 haunted houses to talking about life, but we went there. Yeah. So. I've always been that person that's like, hoorah, 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 we got this. And it's not like, it's not inauthentic, it's like real. It's comes from a genuine, excited place. I'm like, yeah. So I hope that resonates through this. Yeah. I appreciate y'all for sitting around hanging out with me while I fumble around and try to figure out this. I really can't wait to show this. I might just let me pull this up. So we use this platform called Basecamp, and Basecamp is like the project database. It's the place. It's the heartbeat of everything that we do. So we have Manuel, Daniel, Sandy. They're all in Basecamp. So it has its own. I'll show you it's a workspace. So this is in Basecamp. You have all these different folders, if you will, which you can see, and within those folders are all the files. And then you have subfolders. You get it. You're not an idiot. So we have everything from like brand deals, brand deal pitches, podcast gear, live show, NDAs. But we also have like the master content schedule, You'll Die Trying podcast. So we post all these videos in here. I'll post them in, and then they'll do what they do to get them out. And so on my TikTok, you have, of course, every account has like an ad account. So Meta, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they're ad accounts, business account managers. Sandy helps run those to make sure that we have effective, if we ever run an ad. For instance, last time, we'll do an ad to promote the single on Friday. So how do you promote on TikTok? What are you advertising? You're advertising the song, but on a video. So we were trying to think of different videos, like concepts, and what resonates with people is just simple. Like people, you all like, the days of, do you remember making the video on MTV? Like whenever they would follow Britney Spears and she would be in her, what video was that? She was in the red and everybody thought she had a microphone on her head, but she didn't. Like they don't care about big budgets anymore. You all want to see, let me show you. You all want to see something that's simple. So all that to say, we've been working on, so look. So we shot a cool little video. That's all I'm going to show you, but it's a cool split screen. And I don't know if you've ever edited with CapCut, but it's obviously from TikTok, and it is amazing. Like their features are sick, super easy to use. You can use, like light tricks or trick light year, whatever it's called. I mean, you can use Premiere. I learned on Adobe Premiere. There's tons of different iMovie. I mean, hell, I've edited music videos on iMovie, but CapCut is amazing. So we shot, that's called masking. We shot 2 takes of me, different outfits. That was obviously today, so this, and we added all types of like AI movement with the cameras. It's freaking amazing. Nonetheless, can't wait for you to see it. So excited! Sorry guys for the big loud cough. God, I hate that. This stuff is fun for me. I used to want so bad. I learned editing on Adobe Premiere 2.0. I mean, it took forever. You would do the smallest thing, and you had these massive computers, of course, and it would take forever to render. So it would turn red, and you have this red line through it, and you have to do this slow pass before you could even see anything. It wouldn't be able to process the video or the transition. Now it's like instantaneous AI movement with the cameras. It's pretty cool. Like, that's fun. That is so fun. Just show up, build it, and they will come. So all of you, be kind to yourself. Love yourself. I'm going to go and finish this liquid IV. I didn't talk about anything that I said I was going to talk about, but that's how it was supposed to happen. So, next Monday, radio. Next Friday, single. And a partridge in a pear tree. I'll talk to y'all soon.